So, Joe and I have this fucking weird, I don't know, I guess we're just feeling it tonight. We're just kind of feeling, we're rocking out to Joe Cocker's greatest hits, man. We just recorded episode 2, and then we were sitting around, and we were like, fuck, man, I'm feeling it. So we were like, let's record Blunt Truth, the episode 2 of Blunt Truth. So we did that. And then Joe was just like, man, fucking just leave it going, leave it open. Let's just keep rocking on this. So this is a special treat for everybody because we love you guys so much.
This is the after hour special.
This is I guess this is going to be episode 2.5.
Yeah.
The after hour special. Getting sexy with Graham Cracker Joe and Matt.
I'm about to take my shirt off.
Ooh. You know, I tried to think of a really good name, you know, because you have Graham Cracker Joe, and you've had it for a long time. And I tried to think of like a real good name for me, but I've never done that with my name, and I couldn't think of one. So I was just looking at our website, grumpygrunts.com, just a second ago, and I was looking under our bio, and you know, it says Graham Cracker Joe, the muscle, and Matt, the brains, you know. But I just feel real lame, man, because I don't have a cool name to go along with me, you know?
Yeah.
What would it, do you have any?
Well,
I thought about Magic Matt.
That's what I mean. But that was like the first thing.
It seems like I'm a Harry Potter nerd if I do that, though.
That or you're like trying to rip off Magic Mike.
Right, Magic Mike, but I'm definitely not as sexy as Channing Tatum, so.
You just, you know.
I'm
on Magic.
My dad bod belly.
Matt.
Yeah, my dad bod belly is. I don't think I could be a stripper. I don't know, man. I just don't think stripping is in my future, and I'm not that good of a dancer. I really just have like the same old two-step over and over and over again, so I can't do a whole lot. But what I do the fuck out of that two-step though.
Yeah.
I do fuck that two-step up. But what's another one? I could be what's another one? For a minute, I thought Megatron, but that's fucking stupid. That's Calvin Johnson in that.
It'll come to us, man. I guarantee. Like, if we'll start talking about something else, and we'll be sitting there and we'll just wow, because that's usually how it does.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm focusing so much on an M word though, because yours is Graham Cracker Joe, and the letters aren't the same. I don't know why I want it to be 2 M's.
What are you giving out?
Maybe I like, what is that? Is it alliteration? Is it called alliteration? Where you put a lot of like multiple words in a row that start with the same letter? Is that not? Is that what it? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody put that in a comment. Let me know if I'm right, because I don't really want to Google it at this moment. But I might Google it if I get fucking wild. I'm feeling kind of wild. Feeling like a Magic Matt. I don't know. I'm going to try and see if my tablet 2-in-1 thing has any battery left. Oh, so it does, 7%.
Yeah. We should call you the professor.
What?
The professor.
Oh, huh? You call me the professor?
Yeah.
That's what's up, dog. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I could be the professor. Yeah, I am right. Alliteration, the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. Yeah, I'm fucking right. Of course I'm right. I'm the professor. See, it's already working. There was the white guy who was on the AND1 street team. Remember when everybody used to watch those AND1 basketball things, the street ball shit, you know, and everybody had like the dude Troy Jackson that played at Louisville. Wasn't he Escalade?
I'm not really sure.
I think he called it Escalade.
Yeah, I didn't really get big.
Anyway, but they had a white guy who was like a retarded ball handler and passer, and they called him the professor on the AND1 thing. So I don't know. I don't want to jock his style. But you know how it goes. You know, if you're doing something, doing big things online, doing big things. Was that guy anything Troy Jackson? I feel like it was his name. I know it. Yeah, Troy Jackson. Sure was. Yes, sir. AND1 Mixtape Tour. Escalade. I was right about that. He's 6'10", 375 pounds. Big boy. He played at Louisville. He died February 20th, 2011, unfortunately. I believe it was heart problems.
Yeah.
See, I'll tell you.
The big boy.
Yeah, he was a big dude, man. Wow. Let's see. He died in his sleep of hypertensive heart disease. However, it does say that when he was a senior in high school, he weighed almost 500 pounds.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty crazy. That's a big boy.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I used to love AND1 stuff, man. I used to watch the hell out of it. Back in the day.
Yeah.
It's funny, man, the older you get, the more you enjoy quieter things. You know, simpler things like a good cup of coffee or, in our case, some high quality herbal medicine.
Yeah. I enjoy open door poops.
Oh yeah, open door poops are great, man. Really.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we can shit with the door open.
Yeah.
In our apartment. You know, that's true freedom.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to like if I want to yell out to tell you something, I don't have to get up and open the door. So I just keep it crap or open it all the way.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
That's how my boys poop. Yeah, every time I go walk by there, they're sitting on the toilet, looking up at me.
A lot of times, man, I play Candy Crush on the shitter. I do it at work too.
Mm-hmm.
Or at work, sometimes I go to the shitter and I catch up on all my snaps and text messages. I mean, I say all of them like there's a whole bunch of them. It's usually just like one or two.
Yeah, but you gotta snap them back and you gotta text them back. And today, that's the one thing you gotta do for sure. Is if you don't freaking text people back and if you don't snap them back and you don't respond back in a reasonable time, you're an asshole for some reason.
Right? People actually they take it personal. They think that you don't like them.
And like I don't know what it is, but like a lot of times I'll get a text message and like it'll come through my phone, but I won't open it, but it'll mark it as red. You know what I'm saying? So I won't see it open, so I won't look at it. And then like later on in the day, I'll see it and I'm like, oh, I didn't get this text message.
Yeah, but
I'll text them back. I'm like, hey man, my bad, I missed your text. And they're like, how you missed my text? You know, just attitude for no reason.
Yeah, man, like people act like you don't have anything else going on in your fucking life other than looking at your phone. Yeah. And a lot of times, man, if I look at it and I open it at work and then somebody comes up and says something and I get pulled away to something else, I'll just forget that I looked at it. Or that's the one thing I struggle with Snap is sometimes I can't remember what was said and I don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'll say something real generic like, oh yeah, tell me more. I just don't fucking remember, but a lot of times I'm just like, I don't fucking remember, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, that's like, you know, with my brother, man. He gets,
well, your brother just gets into these.
Like, he doesn't understand that I'll be busy.
You know what I'm saying? He just gets into these pits where he just, like, goes down these rabbit holes, man, and he dumps a whole bunch of shit all at once.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and he's just like, he'll want to talk about stuff, and I'm like, most of the time, I'm like out doing stuff, driving the kids around, or going doing things, or out shopping, or something like that, or we'll be out on a hike, and you'll just, you know, or even if we're like watching a movie or eating dinner and stuff like that, I don't want to have to sit there and text. I'll text you a little bit, but, you know, he'll like blow me up before like I even have the response. be able to have enough time to respond to the first one.
Yeah. Well, people just don't have patience like they used to.
Yeah, it's like all over the place.
You know?
And it's like I feel like sometimes his text messages change up, like he kind of gets an attitude that I text him back. And I'm just like, man, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to read into text messages. I mean, I'm sure that's why they created emojis so people could display their emotions, because you can't read emotion through text messages, you know? Yeah. And I try to send emojis because I've found that if you don't, then like people interpret usually in a negative way first.
Yeah.
So like they assume that you're saying something mean or hateful before they would assume that you're not. Like the whole giving people the benefit of the doubt is gone in the society.
My brother just wrote me now. Good evening, brother. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, that's coincidental, dude. His ears must have been burning.
Yeah.
He just wrote you. That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Good. Just put the boys to bed.
It's so weird, man. But I do love a good conversation. They're few and far between these days, but I feel like when you find a person who can, and I'm talking romantically, man, you know, like, so for me, man, when I can find a woman who can stimulate me,
or man.
You fucker.
You never know what you're gonna be into in a couple years.
You're right, man. You never do. But you know, when I have somebody who can stimulate me mentally, it keeps my attention. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a big plus, man. Because a lot of people who just, I've just found that a lot of times the dates that I go on, there's just not a lot of depth to people. You know, it's like being intelligent isn't really what it's about. It's like everybody reads clickbait and passes it off as news now.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody actually reads into things and asks why. You know, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, society that doesn't ask why, man, it's just sheep.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up that they can do that shit too. But, you know.
Yeah, and a lot of times I'll see headlines and the picture that's tagged with the headline doesn't have anything to do with the headline. It's not even the same people.
Yeah.
Like they'll run a headline that's like espionage in the Trump administration, and it'll be a picture of Bradley Manning. You know?
Yeah.
It's just so silly. What can you do, though? You know, in today's day and age, man, because human beings are always going to find a way to take something and make it good and make it bad. That's just what human beings do. Mm-hmm. So in today's day and age, with the flow of information, how fast, and the volume, the sheer volume of what you're bombarded with, I feel like people have to be so much more careful now to be educated and to be motivated to self-educate. If you don't read into things, man, you're going to get hustled.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much propaganda and bullshit out there. So many lies. Like, you'll get hustled. You really got to do your homework on shit, man. You know, and everybody laughs at me when you know, it takes me a long time because I always do a lot of research on everything. You know, yeah, I take it too far because when I'm taking a month to do research on the next TV I'm going to buy, yeah, that's probably a little extreme. But maybe you should fucking, you know, apply a little bit of that fervor, that persistence in research to your daily life, because some decisions, man, you just got to be careful. Mm-hmm. I always feel like the general atmosphere of America is that somebody's trying to fuck me over or somebody's trying to get me. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like everybody walks around like that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's one of my fucking paranoias, man. I always feel like there's people or something bad's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's
it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? It's everywhere you look. Everywhere you fucking look, it's
annoying a lot of times, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even watch or read the news at all because it's the same shit over and over and over and over again. There's no fucking end, and all you hear is negativity. Then you lose perspective and you forget that, hey man, don't be afraid to live your life. Because the likelihood of this shit happening is still very small. It just seems like we live, if you look at the facts, okay? You look at how many murders we have. You look at the violent crime. If you look at the fucking facts, you will see the truth. And the truth is, it is safer to live now than it has ever been in human history. Quote me on that, take that to the fucking bank. And if you don't believe me, you do the homework and you find the facts and you comment on this and show me that I'm wrong. But we live in the safest time ever in recorded human history. There's never been a safer time.
Yeah.
But the reason it doesn't seem like it is because it's in your face 24/7, 365. It's on the radio, it's on television, it's on the internet. We live in a virtual society. We live on electronic devices. Everybody, like we were just talking earlier today, if you're in like a doctor's office sitting in the waiting room and you're one of those weird people who doesn't want to bury their face in their phone and who's actually just sitting there looking around, people are weirded out by you because you're not on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the thing. It's perception is reality to people.
It's like what this motherfucker about to do. What his non-cell phone having ass.
Well, you know, with people, man, perception is reality. And if all you see all day long, 24/7, 365 is negativity and violence, then you'll perceive that your reality is negativity and violence when it's really not. And, you know, the trends are, yes, the murder rates have been increasing over the years, and that's true. We have had some pretty good murder rate increases in the last decade or so. I agree with that. I also believe that drugs has a big part of that. Because if you look at drug rates, they've also increased. Number of overdoses has increased. You know, and steadily continues to increase with murder. And I think those two things go hand in hand. Drugs on the streets, a demand for drugs is how a lot of people make a living. And people are willing to live and die for that. Because it's a lot of fucking money. Once again, I'm going to get on my libertarian soapbox and say if they just legalize drugs, they'd take all that power away. Wouldn't have that power over people. But
my brother just called me a fairy.
Your brother just called you, he did call you a fairy. How is your job search, fairy? Why did he call you a fairy? Has he ever called you a fairy before?
No.
It's the first time he's ever done it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird.
How does it make you feel?
Like a fairy? I'm very hairy fairy.
I always think of Tinkerbell whenever I hear the word fairy, but I know that like in mythology, it's nothing like that. I'm not really certain what it is, but I know it's nothing like Tinkerbell. Does that bitch look like a Barbie doll with some of those wings they wear on Halloween?
Some dragonfly wings.
Yeah. She looked like a brown hair. Did she have brown hair?
She had like some moth wings on her back.
Moth wings? With some
locust,
dust on it, all the cocaine dust. When she flaps some cocaine dust, just flaps in the air. She like pops a Xanax and drinks white wine.
Yeah. Just
like all in Beverly Hills mamas.
Yeah. They think they slick. And shit wasn't no pixie dust. Shit was cocaine.
Yeah.
Pure cocaine.
Cocaine.
When you get that pure shit, it's what makes you fly.
Yeah. Well, how else are those bitches gonna clean their house, man? They gotta have some motivation.
Yeah. I mean, how you think most of those pilots
cocaine in the morning to get all the shit done that they need, and then Xanax and white wine at night to go to bed.
Yeah. All the best pilots do cocaine.
All the best ones do?
Yeah.
I can get down with that.
Yeah. The dude landing in Hudson, he did a bump on the way down.
Yeah?
Saved all those people.
Yeah, they made a movie about him. I don't think they included that part about the bump, though.
No, that'll be in his personal memoir when he's about to die. We'll let that come out.
Personal memoir?
Yeah, let that come out.
You're retarded. Oh, man. I don't think pilots should do cocaine. I don't think that's good. That's not a good idea. I don't want to ride in a plane with a pilot doing cocaine.
Man.
Unless I can do some cocaine off a flight attendant's titty or something.
I think that's why most of the pilots.
I've never done cocaine though. I've watched you do cocaine.
I've watched me do cocaine too.
You watched you do cocaine too.
Yeah. That mirror just has that reflection right back at you.
Oh shit!
You see it go right up the nose.
Yeah, I never did cocaine, man. Never really had an urge.
Yeah, well, I like to party sometimes.
Yeah. A lot of people like to party
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm be honest, like I think experimenting and doing a little bit of everything, not everything, because I never like did heroin. I never did things that I just felt like it wouldn't bring no good. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know what I mean? And so like I never really like had any problem like serious pills or heroin or like crystal meth or anything like that. But like most of the stuff that I do was like party stuff. Like ecstasy and a little cocaine. Smoke weed and stuff that you can do and go out and party and stuff. And I feel like meth is kind of shit that the shit that you do whenever you fucking push your like fridge in front of your door. Aluminum foil on your fucking windows and shit, you know what I'm saying? You're in a fucking tub smoking out of a light bulb, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, I feel like I don't want to be that, you know what I'm saying? That's not my kind of party, dude. Like you know what I'm saying? I want to go out and do some shit like
running down the street in your underwear with a wooden spoon.
I don't want no like cockroaches.
And a toaster with no cord on it.
Yeah.
God damn. Smoking meth in your bathtub out of a light bulb.
That's just like, who the fuck found out about bath salts? Like, who, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, who's the first motherfucker that did bath salts?
I wanted that shit too, man. I just don't understand how you could.
And how much of an asshole was he to be like, hey man, you should do this.
Right.
Tell other people.
Nothing good comes from that.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's a fucking dickhead.
Right. I don't get it, man. I watch those videos, where the people just be off these bath salts and they just be running, or Flocka, and just be running head first into fucking breaking car windows out with their fucking heads.
Yeah.
Just doing wild ass shit, man. And it's just like, why, man? Like, you watch these videos, and if you watch this video and you think to yourself, man, that looks like fun.
Yeah. Like, I don't,
like,
if I wake up and I felt like I got my ass whipped, like, I'm not doing that drug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
gonna be like, oh, man, fuck that.
Right.
And
if you're foaming at the mouth, rolling around on the sidewalk, you might have a problem, player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah. That's why it sticks.
Why are people so extreme?
I don't know. I wish that
it's in our nature though, because like when you tell a little kid like don't go past the fucking sidewalk, like they'll go right to the edge of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like people immediately want to push their limits. Like, why are people like that, man? It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's just like whenever motherfucker OD from heroin, then everybody flocks to get that shit.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, he's got the good shit.
Yeah, they just like, oh, he was just a bitch ass nigga. You couldn't take it. My shit's good.
Right. I got strong veins, son.
That's just shit though.
Nah, man, I couldn't stand seeing the needles when we lived over in New Albany. That's one thing I can't. I do not like needles, man. When I see needles, I think that's real addiction. That's real junkie right there. When I see needles, man. And I just to me, there's nothing that says you live in a bad neighborhood more than needles on the ground.
Yeah.
So I had to get up out of there, man. I can't see needles. That's just ugh. Plus, it's the diseases that go along with them, and it's just no good, man. It's just no fucking good.
That's why, when you start seeing the needles, then that the crime rate's gonna go up.
And
fucking
people are gonna be stealing to get that fucking dope money, man.
You gotta stay high.
Yeah, and I don't hate people for it. I just don't want to live around it. You know, that's how I look at it. Like most of the time, I just try to control me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna try to impose my will on other people. If I just don't like it, if I don't like where I'm at, I'll just leave. I think the hardest thing to do in this world is to watch stupidity and watch like de-evolution and be consciously aware that it's occurring and not being able to do anything about it, just having to accept that the only way you're going to get through life is if you stop caring so much, and then you just pretty much just focus on you. Like I just really try to control what I do, and I'm not gonna be a dick and try to impose my will on other people. If I don't like it, I'm just gonna move. And I think that that's the way that this country was really founded, and that if you don't like the way that the laws are in Massachusetts, then you move to Maine, where you like the way the laws are. And I think that that's the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's probably a cop out that the government's using with the legalization of marijuana. But the truth of the matter is, nothing's going to be able to change on marijuana until it's changed from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 2 narcotic and is allowed to be studied for medical use. The federal government has got to make that jump in order for that to happen. But my ultimate point is that, because I got a little sidetracked on that, my ultimate point is that I'm the type of person where I try not to impose my will on other people. I think America is about freedom, and true freedom is not imposing your will on anybody else, just doing what you think is right for you. And everybody, in my opinion, should just do what they think is right for them. And don't try to tell other people how to live their life, man, because you don't know what that person's life is until you've walked in their shoes. So who are you to judge someone? Who are you to try to tell someone how to do something, or how to live, or how to think, or how to feel? It's not right, man. I think a lot of relationships fall apart these days because people don't have patience, and they don't have an understanding of what it is to work in a team, because they don't do it on a regular basis. People really don't interact with one another like in a physical sense, or even in the same place. Mostly they do it online. So when you're in a real relationship, if you aren't doing these things as a kid and hanging out, if all you're hanging out is online while you sit at your house, then you're not going to have these skills. And I think a lot of people don't have patience, and a lot of people don't have these social skills and understand how to work in a team. And when you understand that your actions are the only thing that you can control, you cannot make someone do something. You can't do it. I learned
that the hard way.
Yeah,
a couple times.
Yeah, man, and relationships are hard like that because you have to find someone who already fits how you are and what you like and what you expect. Yeah, you have to find, a lot of people think that, and I think this is just how a lot of people are. They think that they can find someone who kind of works, and then the things that they don't match up on, that they'll figure it out as they go, and somebody will bend and compromise and then make themselves match. But in all honesty, people can't change who they are. They are who they are. So if they don't match, then I don't think that it's even worth it, man. You shouldn't try to force a square peg into a round hole. If they really need to match you up front, because you can only control you, and you're going to be yourself. And if you're not being yourself, eventually you won't be able to put that front on anymore, because nobody can fake it forever. Everybody's got a breaking point. So I just, people in general, I think in society, have a hard time with understanding that freedom in America is not about forcing people to fit into a mold that you think is the right mold. Freedom in America is about everybody being able to have the mold they want to have. And it being okay that that's how it is. and those rights being protected for those people to be in the mold that they want to be in. You know, I worry a lot that America is in a fervor to cling to an idea and align themselves behind something, have something to fight for, when really I feel that America needs to stop fighting. You know, how many times I've read in international news where another world leader, when they want to disrespect the United States or put the United States down, they say, the United States, you kill your black people. If that's the way the world views us, that's a fucking problem. And I haven't heard the news media address that at all. Like, not, I mean, they love to address that problem in America, but, like, address the fact that that's the way that other countries insult us.
Yeah.
Because it's that big of a fucking issue.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
It's pretty crazy.
You know, like, the real truth in this world never comes out. Justice is never done. You know, nice guys finish last. All those things are true. You just have to learn how to navigate and work the system to your advantage. And that comes through education. So you got to educate yourself, man. Because the later at night it gets, the deeper down the rabbit hole you go.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But this has been fun, man. This special episode 2.5. Late night sexy talk with Graham Cracker Joe and Matt. And again, guys, we appreciate you listening. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video. Post a comment. Tell us how much you like it. Tell us what you'd like us to talk about in the future. You know, we're always open to ideas or anything we can do to make this better. But we're talking about life, and we're going to work out our problems on this podcast together, because we love community. And I think that if human beings have gotten very far away from community recently because of the invention of the internet. And while the internet's a great tool, I think that you can't lose your sense of community, because that's what human beings are based on. So we're trying to build a community, so feel free to comment and like us, subscribe, and visit our website, grumpygrunts.com, for all our latest news and every episode of Blunt Truth. We love you guys. Thanks for listening.